Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am. Today we're going to be talking about a game I have been desperately wanting to try out. And that game is Concord. You know, I really feel liberated that between this game and Wukong, Black people are getting really good representation right now. Honestly, I think I'd prefer the representation of the monkey with a stick. Being a monkey with a stick and just beating the Shadow Dragons is somehow 10 times more fun than being a group of overweight, uninteresting people blasting each other with pea shooters. Either way, the game's here. As you can see, it's not doing very well, and that is the unfortunate case of not making a good game with good characters. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, the interesting thing about Concord is that it's in a genre that is not really oversaturated as much anymore, but was at some point. They are competing with Marvel, which shouldn't be that hard to defeat. Seeing as Marvel's games have not exactly been good since the GameCube, Marvel's Alliance days, and still they're somehow managing to fail. But, you know, I have to give it to the devs in the LGBT community. They stuck to their guns. We talk all that shit about how we don't want them ruining our stuff. And guess what? They made their own IP. They made their own game. Granted, genre that has been done before, but they put their own spins and twists, and you know what, fuck it, I give them props. You know, I didn't think they would have the balls to take their money and flush it down the fucking toilet. Like, this is amazing to me. I don't know who at Sony got caught up in a scandal and got blackmailed into funding this game for 8 fucking years, but here we are. This is what happens, I suppose. Now, the interesting thing about Concord is that millions of dollars, 2 8 years, but also the fact that apparently this has the most talented dev team to ever exist. And apparently everyone who hates this game are talentless, according to one of the developers of the game. And what I have to say to that is, if you were so talented, why the fuck are you making a hero shooter? It is not exactly the genre that you drop into to claim that you're talented. You know, it's talent. People working on like one-person teams creating entire video games that have done better than this. I mean, look at Vampire Survivor. I'd say the person who worked on that is pretty fucking talented. Not sure if it was 1 or 2 people, but I know it's a very, 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 very small group of people working on that. And I would say it is infinitely more successful than this. Let's see. Ignore that. Let's see. Vampire Survivors. Let's see. So we have Vampire Survivors. Granted, it's a lot cheaper, but I'd say this is talent. The other game spent millions of dollars. Put in all that effort and work just to make ugly ass characters whose only redeeming qualities to certain groups of people are that they're gay or unidentified or trans or whatever the fuck. Like, they're aliens, which makes this very confusing. But this is what you get from a successful game. Unfortunately, Concord, let's just look back at here. It made it nowhere near Vampire Survivors. It's nowhere near something like Cyberpunk. It's nowhere near something like Overwatch. Even the Marvel's version of this game is doing 10 times better. And unfortunately, I think this is a sign for the industry that LGBT, QI, WXYZ, this group is not the determining factor for what's good. It's also important to note that being part of any of these identities, right, is not why people don't like this game. That's not why. Cyberpunk has gay characters. It has lesbian characters. Uh, it has nothing to do with any of that stuff. The fact is, the characters are fucking ugly. Okay, like you have Big Bertha, you have Trash Can Robot. The characters are straight up just ugly, and it's bad. But I know how we can fix this. All right, we're gonna talk about how we can fix this. We're gonna stop talking shit. We're gonna talk about how they can pull themselves back from the brink of death. And unfortunately, these gung-ho people, these arbiters of truth and justice, will have to submit to the will of men and make a game with a bunch of hot characters. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. If their next heroes aren't like Snowbreak, where they have the most massive racks and are the hottest of hot characters, then this shit's just not gonna sell. And yeah, I don't understand how this is hard to understand. If you're going to make a game and your design team is talentless, because they clearly are, according to everyone except the people that work there, what you need to do is make your characters just blatantly hot. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to determine that. And the thing is, you can keep all the lesbian and unidentified and all that stupid shit, right? Like all this stupid shit no one cares about. I don't walk through the street and say, hey, are you a lesbian? Are you a lesbian? Are you unidentified? What is your gender? No one does that, right? Nobody cares. What people care about is hot characters. If you want to have lesbians, let me tell you what you do, right? One, stop the stereotyping of just making the ugliest fucking short haircut woman possible. Like, what the fuck? I love short haired women, bro. I think tomboys are the hottest thing on this planet. I fucking love tomboys. And you know what? They've been fucking eradicated. Fuck you guys. But it's like you guys just think, oh, short hair, ugly woman equals lesbian. It's like you're just supposed to be the people on their side. You're supposed to be breaking stereotypes. I don't know why this is what every single developer and designer decides to do for lesbian. But let me fix this for you, right? Take your big, ugly, fat, Big Bertha ass character, change her fucking default look into a giant Dami mommy, bro. I'm telling you, make these tanky, slow characters into hot giant woman. You can make you can keep your alien theme, right? Just make them like from fucking Rick and Morty, the 6-armed fucking you know, you can keep the alien theme. Just make them a large, big booty woman with big titties, and you're gonna sell your fucking game. Just make them hot. I don't understand why that's so hard. Can we get lesbian and gay characters that are just not like hideous? Is this possible? Is that just the real life interpretation you guys have? Because we all have been on the hub, and I'll tell you this, all lesbians do not look as hideous as you guys are forcing them to be in these games. I don't understand where this idea came from. I think every guy will agree who has hit puberty that this shit is not the wave. This is not how it works. If they just do a Snowbreak situation, I could actually see this game coming back from the brink of death. That is how they came back. They decided, okay, we're just going to make every character ridiculously hot. We're going to lean into the sexualization of characters. And that's going to sell our fucking game and keep us from having to fire our entire development team. Which is unfortunately what's going to happen with Concord. I'm sure you guys have seen all the news with the devs and shit. But if any of the devs feel the same way as this one dev who decides to say everyone who disliked it was talentless, unfortunately their pride is going to kill their bank account, and it is going to kill their IP before it gets a foot in the door. If Concord released in the exact same state that it's in now in terms of gameplay and movement and everything, right? Exact same state, but every character was fucking hot, like the hottest motherfuckers you've ever seen in your life. This game would have thousands, millions of players guaranteed. And I hope you guys realize that sex sells, and it always will. The basic human biology will always beat out ideology. This is unfortunately the truth. It will forever be the truth until we are replaced by robots. That's about it. That's really all I wanted to cover. I think it is unfortunate that a game released this year could fall this hard. I love Sony, right? I'm a PlayStation fan. I've always had PlayStations, you know, I love PlayStation. I only skipped the PS3. And it's unfortunate that these guys are letting ideology ruin what they have going on. It's kind of stupid, really silly. I don't understand it. But I guarantee if these guys release like just some hot, I'm telling you, man, take a 10 character instead of making them big, fat, and nasty and ugly. You take them, make it a tall, muscular woman with a nice rack and a nice ass, like just the tight muscle booty. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make it the tight, beautiful, nice booty. Game does 10 times better. I don't know what else to say. It just does 10 times better. It's what I would like to see. It's what would get me to keep playing the game. But later. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.